So Terje, let's talk a little bit about warming up. I think this is a question a lot of violinists have. How does one warm up in the most proper way? And I feel when I've listened sometimes to violinists warm up, it seems like everybody eventually develops their own system of what works. But today, why don't we talk some about the exercises that we use and see if that's useful.
Yes, I always start to open all the joints which are involved in the bowing. So with fingers I do like this, and I all the time play. I don't only I play because it's the fusion of how it sounds and how it feels that's really matter. So I take my fingers and I try to keep the sound so normal I can. And when I succeed in this, perhaps I need more finger exercise. I could take one finger up, but still playing and listen for the sound. Then I go to the hand, like driving a motorcycle, or showing you that I've written something in my hand. So I just open and look, like perfume or... And then I do this one, which is quite, for me, was the most difficult one. This sideways rotation. And very often when they come to me with the trembling bow or problems, it's totally stiff, this sideways. It makes also very open the sound. And then the elbow. And shoulder also straight up and very slowly to back. And then I can fast do all them. The fingers free, the hand free, the rotation free, the elbow, the shoulder. And then I can enjoy the sound. And I immediately can hear better and more ringing, nice sound in my instrument. So this is my first in the morning.
Wonderful. And what I really like about that is how I sometimes talk about how the bowarm is like the lungs of a singer. And just as the singer has to do exercises to free up their vocal cords and to free up their breathing in their lungs, this is like doing the same with our bowarm. And just one of the things sometimes I have students do, sometimes not all students can do this, is that you just do it, you can start, if that's difficult, by just doing it in one spot. And just to get used to this motion. And then once you have that, usually, at least for me, it's easier to do it at the upper half. So you can start by doing it at the upper half, and then when that feels okay, you can go to the lower half. And what I also always tell people when doing these is also not to try playing without the chin on the violin. So you get the feeling of just moving the arm very free without getting away from this every day.
Yes. With the younger students, I always had this exercise for them to remember. I said you should be able during your playing to say yes, and to say no, and maybe. It's very important to open for the jaw muscle and the neck to be free. Because I remember in chamber music in the beginning, because I, as you know, started late, and I was always fixed with my instrument, and I saw the other players looking at each other or say something, but me all the time. That was the first time I knew I have to release my neck in my playing.
And this is, for so many of us, this is such a source of tension, the neck. And also when you tense your neck, you automatically lock your shoulders, and that causes the arms to lock as well.
Yeah.
So to have this really free. And actually, those are wonderful exercises which I do as well. But I also still find it useful sometimes before picking up my violin, is just to do a few
really good
up and down with the bow, or just bow hand exercises.
Yes, you can
like
do a lot.
Even
you can do a lot motoric exercise like you
to
be free.
Or sometimes also very very slow too.
Yeah.
But the bow doesn't do this, but that you try to really control. And another thing, Gingold had us, or I've heard that he had his students do, is you put your bow on top of the string, and you try to bow very slowly like this, as close to the string as you can without actually touching the string. And you go all the way to the tip and all the way back.
Yes.
And that enables you actually to gain a lot more control of your bow somehow.
Yeah.